Hey, Shalom, sisters.
How are y'all doing?
Super tired. How y'all doing?
We're on the 40-minute time limit again, but I don't think the call should be that. Never know, but I don't suspect it to be that long.
Matthew 13. The same day when Jesus.
So something that I was just thinking about was the Most High's mercy, and I wanted to just talk about that with sisters. At first, I was just gonna do a video on it, but I was like, nah, this would be a nice sister minute. This would be a nice conversation sisters can have about the Most High's mercy, how merciful He's been towards us. I wanted to read the entire chapter of Psalms 103. It's only 22 verses, so it's really smooth, but that whole chapter just goes into the Most High's mercy, and it's really a beautiful read, to be honest. So y'all let me know when y'all ready, and I can read it.
Alrighty.
So, Shalom, Yawana. So this is Psalms 103. Psalms 103. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless His holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all His benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord executeth righteousness and judgment for all that are oppressed. He made known His ways unto Moses, His acts unto the children of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will He keep His anger forever. He hath not dealt with us after our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is His mercy toward them that fear Him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath He removed our transgressions from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear Him. For He knoweth our frame, He remembereth that we are dust. As for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field, so he flourish. For the wind passeth over it, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear Him, and His righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep His covenant, and to those that remember His commandments to do them. The Lord hath prepared His throne in the heavens, and His kingdom ruleth over all. Bless the Lord, ye His angels, that excel in strength, that do His commandments, hearken unto the voice of His word. Bless ye the Lord, all ye His hosts, ye ministers of His that do His pleasure. Bless the Lord, all His works, and all places of His dominion. Bless the Lord, all my soul. So that entire chapter is beautiful because it just goes into, Yahweh Shema Shah's mercy. And if you think about it, the Most High is very merciful. We're in this truth because of the Most High's mercy. The only reason we can keep Passover is because of the Most High's mercy, because He sent Yahweh Shah because He's so merciful. He sent Yahweh Shah for us because He's so merciful. And that's the whole reason we keep Passover, because we sent Yahweh Shah. He sent Yahweh Shah, and also because He delivered us out of Egypt. Him deliver us out of Egypt is His mercy. The Most High finna destroy off the nation of Israel because we was murmuring in the book of, what book is that? Exodus 16?
Mm-hmm.
Exodus, the Most High's finna kill us. Actually, I think it was also in Numbers 14. The Most High is finna kill off the whole nation of Israel the whole nation of Israel, because we was murmuring. The reason that's his mercy that Israel is even a nation right now. You know, we've done the Most High so wrong. And the fact that we in his truth, that's the Yahweh Shemashah's mercy. And a verse I really liked in this chapter was verse 10. He had not dealt with us after our sins, no reward us according to our iniquity. So the Most High ain't really dealt with us how he should. You know, he ain't really dealt with us how we should, because we've all done stuff worthy of death. You know, the wages of sin is death. We should all be dead right now. But the fact that we even know the Most High name, the fact that we even able to keep these high holy days, that's his mercy. You know, and that script say, you know, verse 15 through 17, everything gonna pass away on this earth, but the only thing that will never pass away is the Most High's mercy, his love. That'll never pass away. So it's really a blessing to know that the Lord is so merciful. And of course, we don't want to take this mercy for granted, but the Most High just had in my spirit just to talk about it with y'all, because, you know, it's like, this is stuff we got to meditate on. You know, sometimes you just got to say too much. You just got to let the scripts do all the talking and just meditate on it. Like, the Most High is really so merciful, but kind. Oh, that was on mute. My bad. Okay. And then I wanted to get Ephesians, you know, the fact that, you know, and I don't have a lot of precepts, but, you know, the fact that, Shalom, Lily, the fact that, like the Most High me say, we're in this truth and we're able to keep these holidays. We went from celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving to celebrating Passover, you know, destruction of Nicanor. Is that the name of that holiday? Feast of Tabernacles, Pentecost. The fact that we went from celebrating all these holy days to high holy days, that's the Most High's mercy. You know, we really can't take the Most High's mercy for granted. I'm gonna get Ephesians 2 and 4. But Yahweh, who is rich in mercy for his great love wherewith he loved us. So the Most High is so merciful. I'm gonna just keep reading to verse like 10. Even when we were dead in sin, hath quickened us together with Yahweh Shah. By grace ye are saved, and hath raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahweh Shah, that in the ages to come he might shew the exceeding riches of his grace and his kindness toward us through Yahweh Shah. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, is the gift of Yahweh, not of works as any man should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Yahweh Shah, unto good works which Yahweh hath before ordained that we should walk in them. So let me hold on. Ephesians 2, 4 through, I just read 10. So, like, the only reason we're in this truth is because of the Most High's mercy. And the Most High shows us his mercy through Yahweh Shah, because if it wasn't for Yahweh Shah, we wouldn't be able to pray to Yahweh. So we got to go through Yahweh Shah to get to Yahweh. So he shows us his mercy through Yahweh Shah. Like, he sent Yahweh Shah for us. That's mercy. He sent his only begotten son for us, you know, to die for us. That's mercy, you know, and it's something we can't take for granted, you know. That's really something we can't take for granted. If you think about it, it's bittersweet. It's emotional. It's bittersweet because the Most High loves us so much. Yahweh Shah loves us so much. You know, we also gotta show the same mercy to our brethren. Yahweh Shah said in Luke 6 and 30. I think it's Luke 6 and 26 or something. Be ye merciful, therefore as your Father is merciful. Let's see. It's in Luke something. It might be Luke 6 and 38. I don't know. No, it's in Luke though. Let's find it. Khan is verse 36. Be ye therefore merciful as your Father also is merciful. So, you know, this same mercy that Yahweh Shah gives us, we also got to show mercy to our brother, you know, be understanding, you know, be forgiving. And like the Most High had me say one time, if you think about it, us being in captivity right now is the Most High's mercy. Yes, captivity, like we're in captivity. It's nobody likes captivity, but if you think about it, that's the Most High's mercy, because the Most High is basically saying, okay, this is your last chance to get it right. And we've been in captivity for so long, but I've only been alive for 18 years. So the Most High, this is the Most High saying, and I've only been in the truth for a year, a little over a year. So it's like this time we've been in the truth, this time we've been in the captivity. This is how about Shemal Shah saying, and it's people in the truth that's been in the truth longer than us, some for decades and decades. So like this is the how about Shemal Shah saying, okay, now this is your last chance to get it right. That's mercy, because we should have been dead a long time ago. But that's the Most High saying, okay, all right, this is your last chance. This is your last chance to get it right. And after this, look, you either got with it or you either got right or got left. So it's like we don't want to take this for granted, because this is honestly our last chance to get right. It's our last chance to be that better servant. It's our last chance to be a better servant of the Most High before our hell breaks loose, before He send Yahushua back. And then it's gonna be too late. Then it's either gonna be you either was doing what you was supposed to do or you was effing off. And y'all not put me on a show called The Island, and I'm gonna pull it up. It's fine. Island. So this how it's spelled. It's the island. It's not spelled ISL. It's I dash. But basically, to sum it up, this show is these people wake up on an island. I ain't gonna spoil it, but I'm gonna just give you a rundown. These people wake up on an island. They don't know who they are. They don't know nothing. It's like it's like their memory has been washed. It's like they don't know nothing. They don't even know their name. And they have to find out their name on the back of their shirts, but they don't remember nothing they did. But it turns out later down in the show, it's revealed that this is them being on that island is their second chance. Their memories start to come back, and they start to remember the terrible things they did in their past life. On the show, they call it their crimes, but they sins start to come to remembrance. And some of them, one of the dudes, some of them started to convert back to their old ways. One of the dudes started to convert back to his old ways when his sins come to remembrance. And like others, it kind of starts to weigh them down. And then others, it makes them excited. And it's kind of like, okay, that's not us no more. That's not us no more. And we got to keep going. So it's like some people, they convert back to their old ways. And then others, it makes them happy that now they remember who they are. And some of them, it weighs them down. And then others, it's like, okay, no, we got to keep pushing. This is not me no more. That's my old life. So this is their last chance to get right. And one of the dudes on the show said, you got one last chance to get right or you die. So it's like, how much more us in this truth, Yahweh Shemal Shah has given us so much mercy. And this captivity is the Most High's mercy. This is the Most High saying, okay, you got one last chance to get it right. So if we're not taking this truth seriously, if we're taking the Most High mercy for granted, if we effing off, and then we're going to get dealt with just like the people on the show. But it's a really good show. Like, that's how the Most High had me sit on a spiritual level, but it's a really good show. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, bust down. It's a good show though. But yeah, so that Most High allowed me to see that show with a spiritual eye. And it's basically like, we got our sins remembrance. We know what we did. We remember what we did. I can't speak for everybody, but I know I've had some nasty flashbacks and it ain't pretty. So it's like, we got to be in that type of spirit. We can't let it weigh us down. We can't convert back to our old ways. We got to have that mindset of, that's not us no more. And one of the dudes on the show, he was like, we got to survive. We got to survive on this island. It's like, we got to survive in this captivity because Satan's going to do everything he can to kill you and get you to go back to those old ways. So we got to survive with all these demons out here. It's real out here. It's spiritual warfare. It's spiritual war, So it's like, all praise the Most High for his mercy and his grace. But did anybody have a precept or anything?
I wanted to share like a personal testimony when you were talking about the Most High and how he hates us murmuring, but he also has a lot of grace. So I was sitting in a parking lot, but like I was doing like a lot of murmuring and complaining. And so I pulled off to drive and I took a different way home than I usually take. And so like I was on this back road, and it was probably like 12 p.m. Like it was the middle of the day. And so I just heard like a car honk, and then I saw like a flash of like brown. And so this deer had ran into my car while I was driving down the road. So like it ran into the side of my car. Like I could have been knocked off the road, like anything could have happened. But basically like I kept driving, like I was unfazed by it until I got a chance to park. And I was like a little shaken up. And like when I finally parked and I talked to my mom and she came, like I just started crying because I'm like, I held it together. Like I didn't swerve, I didn't panic, but I was caught off guard. And I was like, yeah, like the Most High, he don't like when we complain and murmur. But also after that happened, so to get my car fixed, it's a $500 deductible. So it costs $500 to get my car fixed. But like a couple of days after that, before I had even had to pay for my car, the school that I was at the time, they gave me a grant of $800 just out of nowhere. So even though the Most High, he kind of jacked me up a little bit. Like he didn't really jack me up, but like he did something to show me like you ain't supposed to be complaining and murmuring. But he also paid for the damage, and I got like an extra 300 on top of that. So it's like the Most High, he'll do stuff to correct us, but at the same time, he's very merciful and gracious. So I just wanted to share that personal testimony.
That's beautiful. That's the Most High's mercy for real. For something to happen, and we all know that the Most High is controlling everything. So for something like that to happen after you just got done complaining, that was definitely judgment. That's the Most High saying, all right, like that's like we tempting the Lord when we murmur. And I want to get this precept. Let me get this precept. But the fact that the Most High still came through after that, that really just shows the Most High's power. Like that really shows the Most High's power. And it's just words can't explain how great the Most High is. And that's why Psalms say what it say. The Most High haven't dealt with us how he should, because we deserve death. We deserve death for murmuring. We deserve death for everything we do to hurt the Most High, basically. And when they say the Most High hasn't dealt with us as he should have, in Psalms 103, that's a prime example, because the Most High, we don't deserve for the Most High to come through for us after we just murmur and backbite against him like that. We don't deserve that. So that's a prime example of the Most High showing us, he hasn't dealt with us how he should. So I want us to get Numbers 14. And this whole chapter is beautiful. Hold on, let me get this precept. Hold on. But basically, Numbers 14, we were murmuring against the Most High. It was really, they was talking to Moses, but when you murmur against the men of the Lord, you're really murmuring against the Lord. So they didn't know they was murmuring to the Most High, but they was murmuring to the Most High. Basically saying it's better for us to, have been in Egypt. They trying to go back in Egypt after the Most High just, and that sounds like Israel. But I'm trying to find this precept. 1 second. So this is Numbers 14 and 22. I'm gonna pull it up here. But I suggest reading Numbers 14 because it's really beautiful. This is Numbers 14 and 22, and it reads, because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in this wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and now hearken unto my voice, surely they shall see the land which I swore unto their fathers, and neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. So, when our forefathers were murmuring in Egypt, they got put to death. Later on in the chapter, the Most High killed everybody for murmuring. So, it's like the Most High just said in chapter 2, in verse 22, we tempt the Lord when we do that. So that's really a blessing. really a blessing, that the Most High, looked out for you like that and spared you, because the Most High ain't spared our forefathers. Not in that chapter. And then in verse 27, it reads, "How long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I've heard the murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me." So basically, like this chapter, the Most High only kept Caleb and Joshua alive, and Moses, of course, but he only kept Caleb and Joshua alive because those were the only ones that wasn't murmuring. But when you go down to verse 45, the Most High had killed us, and he had killed the other ones in verse verse 37. So the Most High killed the men that murmured against the land. Even those men that did bring up the evil report upon the land died by the plague before the Lord. And then verse 45, the Most High killed the rest of us. So like the Most High, the Most High really don't like murmur for real. And it's like that kind of just goes into being content, because like what are we complaining for after everything the Most High has done for us? But the Most High was finna kill us. He was finna kill off the whole nation of Israel. Hold on. Let me get it. This whole chapter is mean, actually. I ain't gonna cap. This whole chapter mean. Hold on. This verse 12, "I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make thee of a greater nation and mightier than they." So the Most High was really finna destroy Israel. Israel wasn't even to be, ain't no telling who would have been the chosen. But, of course, everything preordained. But the Most High was finna get us gone. Because we so disobedient. We murmured. The Most High was finna get us gone. And Moses came through, all praises, came through and spared us on our, the Most High. So like if Moses came and talked to the Most High on our behalf, it was like, Lord, please don't do them like that, So all praise to the Most High. But, the Most High for the, so for the Most High not killing off us, that's his mercy right there. That's his mercy right there. And that's why Psalms say what it say. He hasn't dealt with us as he should have. The Most High is going to destroy the whole nation of Israel, make up a greater nation, but he didn't. So that's why, and Lily dropped a precept of Lamentations 3:22, and that's also one I was going to get. So that's the spirit. It says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness." So it's like, it's of the Lord's mercy we're not consumed. We should have been consumed a long time ago. And it's only by the Lord's mercy and grace that we, in this truth, breathing and spiritually alive. So all praises. I'll praise him most time. But Constance, I'll praise the Most High, that, he really, really looked out for you. And that's why we don't want to tempt the Lord. We don't want to tempt Yahweh Shemashah. The Most High is like, it's like the Most High is a man of war, but he's, he's very merciful at the same time. So it's a beautiful thing. So the next precept I was gonna get is let me get this precept while I'm in this chapter. Numbers 14:18. "The Lord is long suffering, of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generation." So the Most High is really of great mercy. He really forgives all of our iniquities. When it says John chapter 1 verse 19, I think, or is it verse 9? John 1 and 19. No, 1 John 1 and 9. So I can 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Psalms 103 said it as well, the Most High forgive all of our iniquities. And that's only the Most High's mercy that he forgives us of our sins, because we don't deserve to have our sins forgiven for. We've really been very wicked. And we've really been real wicked in the world. Very wicked. And sometimes I don't even like speaking on the stuff I did, because it's we've been very wicked. We don't even deserve this truth. We really don't. We really don't. Anybody have a precept? I feel like it was another. And we don't know how many times like the Most High spared us from death. We got 10 minutes left, y'all. So y'all gonna probably have to click the link again. Lily dropped Lamentations 3:31 through 32, and it reads, "For the Lord would not cast off forever, but though he caused grief, yet will he have compassion according to the multitude of his mercy." So kind. Most High is very merciful. I wanted to get Psalms 86 and 5. This Psalms 86 and 5, and it says, "For the Lord are good and ready to forgive, and plenteous in mercy unto all them that call upon thee. Give ear, O Lord, unto my prayer, and attend unto the voice of my supplication." So the Most High is ready to forgive. He's he got a lot of mercy. Plenteous just means like a lot, like plenty. Let me look up the definition again. Yeah, it just means like a lot, abundant. Most High got a mercy we can't even think of. He got so much mercy, but it's like we don't want to abuse it at the same time. We don't want to have a mindset of we don't want to have a mindset of, oh, the Lord gonna forgive me anyways. The Lord gonna have mercy on me. We want to fear Yahweh Shema Shah, because the Lord can. Most High is a man of war. We don't want to tempt the Lord, because he's not some sweet white man with brown hair and blue eyes. We've been taught that's not how the Most High Yahweh Shema Shah look. That's not how he moved. We got the accounts. We know how the Most High is. We know how he works. We know how he operates. Most High is a man of war, but he also is very merciful. So it's like, we just don't want to tempt the Lord, because the Most High nothing to play with. He'll take it there if need be. We got to remember who we serve. So it's like, yes, he's very merciful, but we don't want to abuse it and take it for granted, because the Most High has mercy on he has mercy on him. We ain't David. You just say that. It's Deuteronomy 6:16, the sister job. "You shall not tempt the Lord your God as you tempted him in Massa." That's a beautiful precept. Yeah, we don't want to tempt the Lord. And then she also dropped Matthew 17:17. "Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me." And that goes back to what Yahweh said in Numbers 14. He has said, "How long shall I bear this generation?" And that's the same thing as 2 Esdras 1:9. He said, how long shall I forbear this nation? How long shall I continue to deal with these people that don't got faith in me, that keep backbiting against me, that keep murmuring against me, that keep trespassing against me? How long shall I continue to deal with y'all? So, we really hurt the Most High more than we think. And the fact that, Most High still dealing with us, the Most High really loves us. So we don't want to take the Most High mercy and love for granted. And then I had Deuteronomy 4:31. "For the Lord thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he swore unto them." So it's like the Most High is never going to forget the covenant we have with him, through our forefathers. But the Most High is never going to forsake us. And, I'm pretty sure everything y'all been through, y'all can't name a time when the Most High is forsaking y'all. When the Most High is not going to forsake us. But then again, that doesn't give us the right to have the attitude of, I'm gonna do what I want. The Most High gonna come through anyways. The Most High gonna do this anyways. We don't want to have that attitude, because the Most High does what He want to do, and as Script say, the Most High has mercy on who has mercy on. We're not David. Don't be out here throwing on crazy and thinking, oh, He gonna forgive me. He forgave David. You ain't David. So it's like we just want to be, still fear the Lord. But the Most High is very, very, very merciful. It's a just balance. The Most High requires a just balance. It's a just balance. It's like he's merciful and he's a man of war, and he has a just balance to that. No, he creates good and he creates evil. He brings light, he brings darkness. The Most High has a just balance. The Most High got feelings, just like we do. And then I had Psalms 25, 6 and 7. Remember thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. Remember not since my youth, nor my transgressions, according to thy mercy. Remember thou me for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. So it's like, the Most High, Lord willing, according to His mercy and His grace, the Most High, He blots out our transgressions, according to Psalms 51. The Most High blots out our transgressions. And it's like, how merciful you got to be to have a day of atonement? You know how merciful you gotta be to give us a day of atonement, like a day to get all of our sins wiped out. The new slate. Lord will make it to see another day of atonement. Malachi 3:17, that should be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spread his own son and serve him. My praises. But the Most High is very merciful. Like, we have a day of atonement, a day to get everything blotted out. A day of fasting, of praying to just get all of our sins wiped off. Like, that's mercy. That's mercy. The fact that we have a makeover Passover, that's mercy. You giving us another chance to get the Passover right, that's mercy. That's mercy. That is mercy. I'm trying to think of any testimonies I had, but me being in this truth is a testimony in itself. That's a testimony for all of us, Most High's mercy. But that's all the precepts I wrote down, because all the precepts that came to mind. There's a plethora of precepts that goes into the Most High's mercy, honestly. But it's really something to just meditate on, It's Sirach 2 and 10, so like 11. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. So the Most High, he's full of mercy, he's very merciful, very, very merciful. And it's really a blessing how merciful Yahweh Shem Shai is. We really don't deserve this mercy. And like the other Bible study we did, showing mercy unto our people, just how the Most High shows mercy unto us, we got to also, make sure we apply that. Make sure we apply that mercy to our brethren, because the Most High has been so merciful towards us, Anybody have any precepts or anything they want to bring out? Shalom, Danielle.
Hey y'all.
Shalom, sis.
Shalom. Did you bring out my precept, Miriam? Or no? I'll pull it if you didn't, but I don't think you did.
I didn't know what you was trying to get out of that, because that's going into like pressing toward the mark. So I was just gonna let you deal with that.
Yeah, I was more so focused on 13, but that was back when you were talking about not letting our sins, weigh us down, and thinking about things in the past. But let me bring it out. Philippians chapter 3. verse 13, and reads, "Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh in Mashiach Yahushua." So basically all I was trying to get from that is just really trying to forget those things that, we did in the world, things that, we really struggle on, and just really just try to press toward the mark, try to press toward to be a better woman in this thing, so, we can be saved, most High willing. And yeah, that's pretty much all.
And the call is gonna end, so y'all gonna have to re-click the link again. But all praise to the Most High. And that show is really good. Y'all should watch it. It's called The I-Land on Netflix, and it's very spiritual. If you really pay attention to what's going on, it's very spiritual. Because you got like the Most High say, you got some people letting their sins weigh them down. You got some people kind of bugging out. You got other people convert to the old ways, and you got those other people that's like, we're gonna survive. So it's like we gotta survive, but